winds 10 to 15 knots, shifting to east after midnight. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Friday. East winds less than 10 knots, shifting to north in the afternoon. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Friday night. North winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Saturday. Northeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 6 to 8 feet. Saturday night. North winds less than 10 knots, shifting to northeast after midnight. Seas 6 to 8 feet. Sunday. Northeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 6 to 8 feet. Sunday night. Northeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Caribbean between 64 west and 72 west. Overnight. East winds 20 to 30 knots Gulf of Venezuela and east 10 to 20 knots elsewhere. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Wednesday. East winds 15 to 25 knots Gulf of Venezuela and east 10 to 20 knots elsewhere. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Wednesday night. Gulf of Venezuela, northeast winds 15 to 25 knots, shifting to east 25 to 30 knots after midnight. Elsewhere, east winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Thursday. Gulf of Venezuela, east winds 20 to 25 knots, diminishing to 10 to 20 knots in the afternoon. Elsewhere, east winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet Gulf of Venezuela and 4 to 6 feet elsewhere. Thursday night. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Friday. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 5 to 6 feet. Friday night. East winds 15 to 25 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Saturday. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Saturday night. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Sunday. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Sunday night. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Offshore Leeward Islands and adjacent Atlantic waters from 15 north to 19 north west of 55 west. Overnight. East winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Wednesday. East winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Wednesday night. East winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Thursday. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Thursday night. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Friday. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 6 to 8 feet. Friday night. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 6 to 8 feet. Saturday. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 6 to 8 feet. Saturday night. East winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 6 to 8 feet. Sunday. East winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 6 to 8 feet. Sunday night. East winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Offshore Windward Islands and adjacent Atlantic waters from 07 north to 15 north west of 55 west. Overnight. East winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Wednesday. East winds 10 to 15 knots, diminishing to less than 10 knots in the afternoon. seas 4 to 6 feet. Wednesday night, east winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet. Thursday, east winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet. Thursday night, east winds 10 to 20 knots, seas 5 to 7 feet. Friday, east winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 5 to 7 feet. Friday night, east winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 5 to 7 feet. Saturday, east winds 10 to 20 knots, seas 5 to 7 feet. Saturday night, east winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 5 to 7 feet. Sunday, east winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 5 to 7 feet. Sunday night, east winds less than 10 knots, seas 5 to 7 feet. Synopsis for the southwest North Atlantic, including the Bahamas. Synopsis: the interaction between a surface trough off northeast Florida and divergence aloft will support scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms west of 70 west during the next few days. Otherwise, a broad subtropical ridge will prevail across the area with mainly gentle to moderate winds. Locally fresh to strong winds will pulse off the northern coast of Hispaniola late this week, while winds elsewhere freshen through Saturday night. Seas may build to around 9 feet in the southeast waters Friday through Saturday with the freshening wind. Atlantic waters from 27 north to 31 north west of 77 west. Overnight, southwest winds less than 10 knots, seas 3 feet. Wednesday, west winds less than 10 knots, seas 3 feet. Wednesday night, southwest winds less than 10 knots, seas 3 feet. Thursday, variable winds less than 10 knots, becoming southwest less than 10 knots in the afternoon, seas 3 feet. Thursday night, southwest winds less than 10 knots, shifting to south after midnight, seas 3 to 5 feet. Friday, south winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. Friday night, south winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet. Saturday, south winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. Saturday night, southeast winds 10 knots, seas 4 to 5 feet. Sunday, south winds 10 knots, seas 4 to 5 feet. Sunday night, southeast winds 10 knots, seas 4 to 5 feet. Atlantic waters from 27 north to 31 north, between 65 west and 77 west. Overnight, southeast winds 10 knots, seas 3 to 4 feet. Wednesday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. Wednesday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. Thursday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet. Thursday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet. Friday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 5 to 6 feet. Friday night, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 5 to 7 feet. Saturday, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 5 to 7 feet. Saturday night, southeast winds 10 knots, seas 5 to 7 feet. Sunday, East winds 10 knots. Seas 5 to 6 feet. Sunday night. Southeast winds 10 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. 300 north of 22 north. Overnight. East winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 feet. Wednesday. East winds 10 to 15 knots, diminishing to less than 10 knots in the afternoon. Seas 3 feet. Wednesday night. Northeast winds less than 10 knots, shifting to east after midnight. Seas 2 feet or less, building to 3 feet after midnight. Thursday. East winds less than 10 knots. Seas 3 feet in the morning, subsiding to 2 feet or less. Thursday night. East winds less than 10 knots, increasing to 10 to 15 knots after midnight. Seas 2 feet or less. Friday. East winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 4 feet. Friday night. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Saturday. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Saturday night. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Sunday. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Sunday night. East winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Atlantic waters from 22 north to 27 north between 65 west and the Bahamas. Overnight. East winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Wednesday. East winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Wednesday night. East winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 4 to 5 feet. Thursday. East winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Thursday night. Southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Friday. Southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 5 to 7 feet. Friday night. East winds 10 to 20 knots. Seas 6 to 8 feet.